Muslims demands American company bows to Sharia, owner gives them nasty surprise at work the next day. Muslims worldwide love imposing their massively overpopulated presence and their asinine beliefs on others, and usually people and even businesses kowtow to their demands. One Colorado company was having none of it, however, and laid the law down in epic fashion. People are becoming increasingly sick of having to readjust all of life just to fit the needs of a few from out of the country that want to have their cake and eat it too. Add it in with some of the disgusting practices of Muslims and it is going to be no surprise to see many other companies taking these kind of actions soon. Somali Muslims were catered to at a meatpacking plant in Fort Morgan and were once allowed to practice their varied prayer times while at work and on the clock. The policy that allowed for this was changed 10 days ago and it said that if they wanted to pray well, they were more than welcome to go home. The Muslim employees staged a walkout of over 200 employees. The epic response when a few came back to beg for their jobs was "Pack your bags." According to Yes I'm Right. A report coming in from Denver says that Muslims were praying at their place of work, which was allowed by company policy in the past. However, recently the company changed that policy and said that if they would like to pray, they could go home. This isn't an unreasonable request, but the Muslims in question were outraged and staged a 200-worker walkout. When some returned, the company said "Pack your bags." About 190 workers, most of them immigrants from Somalia, have been fired from a meatpacking and distribution plant on Colorado's Eastern Plains for walking off the job to protest a workplace prayer dispute. 10 days ago more than 200 workers walked off their jobs at Cargill Meat Solutions in Fort Morgan. Depending on the season, the Muslim workers prayed at different times of the day, typically in about 5 to 10-minute blocks, Hussein said. But recently a decision was made at the plant to change the practice. The workers were told, "If you want to pray, go home," Hussein said. "We all know that the liberals in this country will do everything in their power to make these delicate little snowflakes feel at home in the U.S. by allowing them to do pretty much whatever they want. And Cargill even tried to appease them before the now infamous incident. Some of the fired employees have been working at the plant for up to 10 years, Hussein said. Cargill had previously allowed Muslim employees to pray at the plant, even providing a prayer room, he said. Depending on the season, the Muslim workers prayed at different times of the day, typically in about 5 to 10-minute blocks, Hussein said. Cargill said no more, "They all walked out. Then they got fired, which is what should happen if you walk out of your job. Other companies should follow Cargill's example, don't bow to radical Muslims, treat them like you would any other worker and fire their asses if they are being unreasonable." That's right, folks. American companies do not have to rearrange their policies nor pander to the Muslim ideology. Period. Even though the company had at one point tried to accommodate the Muslim employees, it stands to reason that numerous prayer times for roughly 10 minutes a prayer would eventually add up to slowed and not profitable production. No company should risk their success for the butthurt feelings of anyone, let alone a group of people who have no respect for our country's ways in the first place. I am positive those 190 job openings were well utilized for born citizens struggling for work due to the influx of refugees anyway. I fully support Cargill's decision, and I am sure it will do nothing but strengthen their work ethic and create an environment of successful production. This advice goes to all Muslims nationwide. If you want to live like you did in the Middle East, then we suggest you go back to there instead of trying to recreate the third world cesspool you came from here in America. The process, the special treatment, the demands, and the BS Sharia you want to impose isn't welcome here. Thank you for watching this video. What do you think about this? Share this on Facebook and Twitter along with your comments.